and I'm sitting up here. I was like, I got stuff all over me. I was like, let me not miss a day of going live. So y'all already know it's your girl Jamekia. I'm sitting up here, y'all. I've been studying nothing but insurance all day. I'm all day every day. So let me tell y'all, they ain't got nothing to do with what I came to talk about. Mainly what y'all know I was talking about doing community, speaking on things about community. Of course, I'm gonna have different subjects in different days, but for the most part, my goal is to always come back and talk about community, right? So I was watching this video today while I was studying. Y'all know I be in between stuff. I have to multitask a little bit, let my brain rest for a second, take a break, watch something to help me relax, and then get back to studying. And it was Netflix. It's called Queen Maker, I believe, and it's a I think it's a Asian Japanese something. Hopefully I'm not getting these people culture incorrect, but needless to say, um, the movie has a lot going on. I'm not gonna really explain the movie. Check it out. It's really good. It's a series, not really a movie, but it's a series. And so within the series, there's this lady who every so often in the movie you see her having like these moments of weakness, these moments of I'm about to give up. And of course, I think that we all have those moments in our lives where we are doing things for the greater good. We're doing things to excel for ourselves. We're doing things that, you know, that's life, right? You're working, you have the kids, you have the job, you have the side hustles, you're supporting your family, whatever it may be. So all these things are transpiring, and you have these moments where you are weak, where you are tired, where you want to give up, and you feel as though you're not making the significance that you could be making. You're not being the individual who you desire to be. You may feel as though the parts of you that are showing up isn't enough, right? And we have those moments of weakness where we don't feel like the things that we're doing, what's transpiring, is what we could be doing, right? It's at the level or multitude that we would consider successful for ourselves. And so within this show, at these different intervals within the show, you see this woman feeling weak, feeling like, okay, I need to give up, I need to stop. My child is needing me right now, and I've done all these things throughout his life, trying to show up as the best version of me, trying to make the world a better place so that my child has a place that he can prevail and live in, that is going to be conducive of a different type of success, conducive to allowing him to be a greater individual as well. And she's having to sacrifice herself, her body, her sanity. She's having to sacrifice her marriage a little bit, her relationship with her family, sacrifice her business in some aspects. It's all these things going on, and we as humans, we have these same experiences. But however, what I noticed is that in those rough times within the movie, there were moments where there were people who were placed strategically around her, who caused her um, to have someone to lean on, right? I think that's the easiest way to say it. Who influenced her, or who supported her, or who expressed to her, hey, you need to keep going. There's something greater here that you're trying to do. Don't allow these sacrifices that you have made thus far to go in vain because of the hardship that you're experiencing right now. And so I believe that community is very vital and is very important for you to have, so that you are able to have people um, depend on you, and people to pour into you, right? Not just the dependency, because I can't really say I enjoyed that aspect of it. Sometimes when you have too many people who are dependent on you, it can cause you to want to work harder, and it can sometimes cause you to feel like, dang, everyone is looking for me to do something, and I'm tired. And when you're tired, like, you have all these thoughts that go through your mind, and it doesn't mean that they're true thoughts, right? But it's just your feelings coming to expression. And so within this is show within this movie, like I said, she had a lot of different people in areas that gave her that push that she needed at that moment of weakness to go forward, to move forward. And I remember when I used to work out, and I need to get back to it, but we're not going there today. But I remember when I used to work out, I used to work out with some friends of mine, and they were football players. And so, of course, they worked out strong, they worked out hard. These guys were everything, honey. And as I was working out, you're struggling, you're crying, you're mentally drained, you're ready to break down because physically you're getting tired. And they would always chant this motto that that pain is not pain. They didn't say that. They said pain is weakness leaving the body. But pain sometimes is not truly pain. Pain is absolutely what they said. It is that weakness leaving the body. And when you continue to work out, you continue to push yourself, you continue to take action and move forward, that what you consider pain at that present moment later in life is not truly that painful. You're able um, to go a little bit further. You're able to do a couple more stretches, a couple more pushes, lift a couple more weights. You're able to go up in class, because your body is getting readjusted and physically, right, adjusting to what expression is being put on it. And so I think also that we have these things show up with us mentally. Mentally, we have to continue to take action, right? And that's one of the things that I talk about in my program is that you take the action that you need at this present moment. And if that action doesn't lead you to where you need to be, it's okay. But that was the expression at that time. What you do at this next moment when you realize that, okay, that didn't work out, we don't stop, we don't go back, we don't revert back to our past habits. What we do is we create new strategies. We say we become the scientists of our life. We say that particular thing that I did, it didn't work for me, it was unsuccessful, and or or maybe I need to try it again. Because sometimes we have to try things 2 or 3 times before we necessarily can say, let's choose another road. And I say this because I talk about the mind, and what the mind does is the mind wants you to be comfortable. It wants to keep you safe. And so sometimes when we are trying to change who we are, we're trying to go into this lead ourselves to this newer version of ourselves. Sometimes our mind, it just wants to keep us safe. So it's going to create these narratives that allows us to believe that our unsuccessful actions are detrimental to us, or that we need to stop. And in all actuality, it's not that you need to stop, it's that you actually need to change your position, your mindset, right? And I did a video about mindset, and I'll talk to y'all about that in a minute. But you have to change your mindset and reposition yourself to do it again and again and again. And of course, it's the practice of a thing. And I know this old saying that they say that practice makes perfect. It doesn't. That's not true. But practice provides influence. It provides an increase. It provides change. Practice gives you the opportunity to reapply whatever it is that you are attempting to do. So if you're not the best at a thing, which is why, back in the day, they sent you home with homework, right? You may not have been the best at math or multiplication, but the more you practice it, the more you are able to get it. And so that is very important. And when I talked about mindset, this one example that I use, back in the day, well, not back in the day, not too far. It was like a couple months ago. Me and the Black Coffee, Honey, and Grits, my ladies, we were doing a podcast about mindset. And I said that for me, mindset is it's like setting a temperature, right? So I don't know about you guys, but the temperature in my house throughout the day is usually set at 77 degrees. And then when it gets late at night, I like to be cold so that I can heat up. My body heats up pretty nicely, but I like a lot of blankets. I like covers. I like, those different things to be comfortable. And so the temperature gets set down lower to probably about, let's say, 72. So the thing about it is every night is 72, every morning is 77. And that's something that I consistently have done for years. Now, think about your mindset as that you have certain actions that you've done for years, over and over and over, very repetitively. So now, for me, I may want to adjust my temperature, right? And set it at something different. But say, for instance, I automatically set my temperature where it times itself at 7 o'clock in the morning, it automatically jumps to 77. Well, it's not gonna, the temperature inside the house isn't going to go straight from 71 to 77. It's gonna provide itself some time to get to that temperature, that set temperature. However, because it is already timed to be at 77, the system will regulate itself. At, let's say, 7 o'clock in the morning, it's 77. At 9 o'clock at night, it sets itself to 71. Unless I go in and manually adjust the system to these new temperatures that I want. Say, for instance, I may not want it to be at 77 anymore. It's the summertime, it gets hotter. Maybe I want it to be at 75. And maybe later in the evening, it's cooler, so I don't have to necessarily put it at 71. I want it to be at 73. Well, I would have to manually go in and reset that temperature in the system. But there's some functions and other buttons and things that I would have to press in order to get that to automatically set that way. But like I said, if I don't change those, say, for instance, I decide I just want it to be at 75 and I manually adjust it to 75. If that ticker is already set to go to 77 in the morning, it's still going to go back to 77. And I'm going to have to manually adjust it back to 75. But again, if it's that automatic adjustment already in the system and I haven't reprogrammed that system, it's going to jump back to 77. And so this is what happens with our thinking. We have constantly put ourselves in places or in a repetitious like state where we are doing things consistently, and our mind is allowing us to believe certain things because we've been living those things for so long. And as we try to make those adjustments, we have to manually make it. We have to focus on that until it becomes habitual, until it becomes a habit. And what they say is it takes 28 days to create a habit, to form a habit, but it takes about 100 days before that habit becomes ingrained in you create new neurological pathways, and your body physically adjusts to that habit. So we have to remember that, and we have to have people that are in place who can support those new habits that we create for ourselves. And so, like I said, within that video, within that movie, we have to create community so that our community are people who support these new lifestyle choices that we're making, which means you may have to adjust the people who you choose to place yourself around so that they can support the new lifestyle or the new choices that you're making. So remember, you guys, I'm coming to you guys for the next, I said for 30 days. This is day 3. I'm coming to you guys to talk to you more and more about building community, more and more about having people and being in certain places that supports the best version of you. So this, again, I didn't want to make it too long. I'm about to log off, but if you can, make sure you guys go up, subscribe to the channel down below, like, comment, share this video out, and just remember, continue to find people who nurture you and help you build the best community for yourself. All right, you guys, it's Jamekia, and I'm out. Bye, y'all.